This is a 2018 Volvo S90. This is a long-term review from a husband and a father of a 1-year-old. This has been my daily driver for over the past year. 2018 model that we purchased in 2019. So as you can see, the driving position is very comfortable. I'm about 6 feet tall and I have plenty of headroom here. The seat is well adjusted. You have great visibility. There's plenty of elbow room. Both armrests here are very spacious, and on the driver's side is nicely padded. Here you're going to get a shot of the interior. You can see it's got very large screens. It's got a touch screen similar to a Tesla with the iPad, but not quite as large. We have a full digital dash, which you can see it modifies. There's a lot of different settings. You can see the gauges, everything lighting up. This has adaptive cruise control, lane keeping. This is a Momentum Plus package, the indicators for lack of seatbelt. Again, if we go into different drive modes, it will change the dash display. Again, this will also modify if we have navigation flowing or anything else. The center console, you can see, is a very nice wood. When it's retracted, it's very stylish, and it's so far proven to be very scratch resistant. Now, if you want to retract, you have cup holders, you have a 12-volt power, and then up front you have an additional extra storage. And what I found is this is a very useful location for a cell phone, garage opener, or some small electronics that I usually keep up here. Here in the back seat is one of the best-selling features for me. This is a 2018 model, so it's the first year that they've had the extended wheelbase in the US. This adds about a little over 4 inches to the rear, and even with the front seat fully adjusted back for my driving position, I still have plenty of room. I'm able to sit here. I can cross my legs. I've had a laptop in the back, and you can tilt the screen and you can work with this executive length sedan. So it's really a fantastic car that I think is very comfortable for people riding in the back. It's often cross-shopped against something like a 5 Series or E-Class Mercedes, and there's no comparison. I think that to get this kind of legroom, you're going to need a 7 Series or an A8L, and those are going to come at a price that's significantly more than the base price of this Volvo S90. So now I'm going to demonstrate a really nice feature, again, about the executive rear seat. For us as a family, I don't do a lot of time riding in the back, but it is used primarily for my daughter. If we're trying to get a car seat in here, and you can see that the car seat here is not quite fitting, but with this executive rear seat control, again, all of these features have really proven to be really handy for whoever's riding in the back seat. You know, it's primarily my wife and my daughter, but for me to prioritize safety, I think it's a well-made car. This is the first year that they were manufacturing in China. Have never had any issues with build quality. Otherwise, it's been under warranty with the Volvo dealership. I had to take it in for one minor detail up here on one of the front parking sensors. It did come loose. It was covered under warranty, and they've taken care of that. This car also has the LED headlights, which again I think is really a great selling feature. When the sunscreen is retracted, you can see it's quite a large panoramic view from inside the car, and it really lets in a lot of light. The trunk space is really nice, and on my particular model, you can see I've debadged it. There is a lot of room. It's not as tall as maybe a wagon. I did look at a V60 wagon, but you can see it's very deep, and we have no problem fitting everything that we need. The side has got some great convenient cubbies. This is a 2018 Volvo S90 test drive. Here we can see the backup camera. We've got sensors indicating near objects. So what I really like about this car is it's a great mix of luxury features on a big body sedan, but you're not paying a huge premium for the brands that have experienced long-term success like BMW and Mercedes and even Audi to some degree. Those flagship sedans, the prices have climbed well into the over 130,000. So what you're getting is a large sedan with great technology, and as well as the fit and finish is something that you would expect from a German luxury car. Now, some of the engine and the ride features, they're going to be more similar to a Japanese premium car, or maybe entry-level Asian import, so like a Hyundai G90. I think that those would be very competitive. Some debate whether the fit and finish in the Volvo is as good as a Lexus, but in essence, you're getting a Acura type quality in a big sedan. Again, this is front wheel drive, so you don't get that same dynamic driving. What does BMW say? You know, the drive. But you're not going to get that in the Volvo. And so you can see we're going over these speed bumps here. This particular road is pretty rough. It's got some breaks in the asphalt. And the ride is comfortable, but it's nothing to write home about. And I think that's a great way to describe this car. It gets the job done. You're really focused on safety. You know, for me as a new father, I think having a safe car was really important. Here we're on the side. We can put it into sport mode here. You know, this is red line. You can get to 60 in a hurry, but it's not going to break any land speed records. You're not going to break any acceleration records. This isn't even a 535 or 540i. It doesn't have that kind of power on this 250 horsepower engine. But that said, this isn't even their smallest engine. In some other markets, Volvo is shipping it with a smaller horsepower output. And so again, what we get on the T5 trim line is decent enough to move along. Hopefully we'll get a chance to showcase some of the technology. That's something that I really enjoyed, or something that I thought was essential. And for this model car, it's really nice because all these features come standard, and there are not too many options that you need to tick the box in order to get the adaptive cruise control, the automatic wipers, the automatic headlights. I've talked about these headlights. They're really a nice feature. The integration, you have Android Auto, you have Apple CarPlay. I can send text messages right from the console. It has a safety feature. It's not going to let you input while you're driving. Here again we can see the all digital dash display. Really is a crisp, good looking screen. We've got the speed warning indicator there, and you can see the view from the cockpit. This is about eye level. You really get a good viewpoint of everything around you. We have the side mirrors that indicate when there's traffic. There you go, it's lighting up there, so it'll flash and it'll warn you if there's somebody in your blind spot and you put your signal on. Again, with this display we can test. We're going to put on the pilot assist. So they have two different levels. They have an adaptive cruise control, which only does speed and if a car slows down, but you still have to steer the car with your hands manually. The pilot assist is the fully autonomous driving that will turn the steering wheel and keep you centered in your lane. So now we can increase the speed. The car will increase in 5-mile increments once it gets to the next rounded level. You can see this section of the road has some curb. For all disclaimer, I'm still fully driving. My hands are nearby the wheel. See, there you go. There's the chime indicating that it wants me to touch the wheel. And it's a very light touch. It's similar to a Tesla, a vibration. Here's a cancel. And we're going to exit the highway here. And so when you're locking the car, all you need to do here is touch